Okay, good morning. I'm Peter and this is Kiwibank Markets in a Minute. Hope you all had a great weekend. Unfortunately, Mike Shirley is away for 2 or 3 weeks, so you're going to see some new faces in Kiwibank Markets in a Minute over the next little while, so stay tuned on that one. Okay, lots of news overnight, a lot of geopolitical news out of Turkey and Trump and China, etc. But if we can just focus on the markets, so Brexit was probably definitely worth talking about. So some good news on negotiations there from Boris Johnson and his EU counterparts. The EU chief negotiator remarking that discussions have got to such a point that negotiations can intensify. That's been seen very positively by the markets. The sterling has risen basically 3.5% from Friday, and that's seen Kiwi sterling underperform actually. So the sterling is now the top performing currency over the last month, and the Kiwi sterling's opening this morning around 0.5, which is a 1-year low. So if you are travelling to the UK, it's quite easy. You just multiply by 2 for those purchases. But that does just show how strong that sterling rally has been. In other markets news, US bond yields have had a further rise in yields. So another 7 basis points on Friday, taking that 10-year bond up to 1.73. So at the start of the month, it was around 150, 152. So we're basically 20 odd points higher in a month, the best in the start of this month. And so what's driving that? It's really a risk-on theme. We talked about Brexit and what's happening there. In addition, some good news on the trade talks with the US saying that they will delay the tariff increases as these negotiations seem to be progressing quite well. So that risk-on theme has helped the US bond yields higher. Also, the yield curve is no longer inverted. The 10-year is now above the 3-month bill, so slightly positive curve in the US. That's the first time we've seen that since July. And if you remember when the curve did invert, that's a very good sign of an economic recession around the corner. So perhaps the markets are starting to be a little bit more cheerful at the moment as the risk-on theme has been around. Okay, that should just about cover it. Kiwi's opening this morning at around 63.40 and 93.30 against the Aussie, and as I mentioned, just around 0.5 or just over 0.5 against the sterling. Okay, have a great week ahead. Thank you.